economy. Depends on how much you make and where you live. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, September the 28th. And of course, we had a little bit of a down week in the markets, which we'll get to in our market report. But how is the general economy? Well, again, as I said, it depends on how much you make and where you live. If you make under $150,000 a year and you live in California, Illinois, or New York, not so good. Okay. Again, this is a problem that we've seen growing and growing and growing from the tax structures to everything else we do, from the Federal Reserve creating higher inflation with their moronic rates. It'd be really a special thing if they would let the markets trade free. But of course, they don't do that, which creates higher inflation. And just so if you're unaware, since the day they cut rates, 10-year notes, which is the benchmark for rates, has gone up every day. So the rate cut did not help you, the consumer, once again. It's just another con job from the cartel known as the Federal Reserve. They're supposed to be an independent corporation, which we know they're really not. So again, that's what we have to deal with there. In the meantime, AI growth is creating a very serious problem for the market and the Fed. Okay, because again, we're losing all kinds of jobs to AI. Listen, I'm not a fan of AI because I think it does destroy a lot of jobs. This is not like the Industrial Revolution. This is a technology revolution. And of course, I know it's coming, but it doesn't help those who aren't equipped, and it doesn't help those that are going to lose jobs because of it. The big problem here is we forget about how much power it takes to generate as well. So for all you greenies out there who believe that there's climate change, well, this is not helping, which takes us back to our weekly conversation on nuclear power. But also the other problem with AI, and the real serious problem with AI, is the criminals that are using it and the fake scams that are done. And who are they really attacking? They're attacking those who can't afford it. They're attacking the elderly. So again, there's always going to be scams. Anytime there's money, there's going to be scams. And of course, that's unfortunate. But I warn all of you to be very careful when you get these phone calls and you get these things that are created and not by anybody, but especially AI, because it's very tricky and it's very hidden. Personal income increased 4%, okay, or 0.4%. And of course, the problem is that spending increased 0.6%. So if you do the math, it'll take you 50 months to be broke. Okay. Again, we are not in a good shape in our economy. We'll talk more about that in our market commentary. Existing home sales continue to drop. The markets are pretty stagnant for about the last 3 years. Again, we're just setting up. The warning signs are as clear as you can get. They are setting up for another meltdown. Again, I don't know when it's going to come, and I'm not going to say it's going to be tomorrow. I'm just saying, again, and just in full disclosure, I'm always long the market and hedge. So it's not like I'm getting short the market, telling you that I'm warning you. I'm just letting you know that there's a lot of issues out there. Small businesses keep getting smaller. Okay, listen, small business is being destroyed in this country, and that's a lot about thanks to our government. Okay, that they're spending too much of our money. Beware of the climate grade crusade partners, the media, that trying to educate the courts. Look, I do not believe in climate change, but if you do, I don't hold it against you. But again, we go back to the same salvation. Okay, enough of the criminals from the solar industry and the wind farms and everything else trying to scam our politicians into giving them more money when certainly nuclear power is the answer. Okay. Uh, a memo shows revealed that the FBI deployed 274 agents for the January 6th riot problems. Again, this has been a story the entire time. Was Pelosi behind it? This is a problem that we have, and of course, finally Comey's under charges, so that's a good thing. Okay, Trump authorized full force in Portland, and as Bondi deploys anti-Antifa nationwide. I mean, that's a terrorist organization, Antifa. Okay, so are we going to continue to let terror be terrorized by other people, by this country? Look at all the shootings we've had over the last couple of weeks. I mean, Indianapolis, New Hampshire, all over the place. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Okay. And of course, I think the racist leftists are setting America on fire. I think this is, again, Charlie Kirk incident. The violence is more from the left. Again, I am neither. I am center. But again, I think we've gone too far on both directions. But I think that right now the left is doing the damage. And of course, we have a potential shutdown of the government, which please shut it down. I mean, government benefits are now 19% of total personal income. Now, in the 60s, it was 3% of total income. Now it's 19%. That's Medicare, Medicaid, SNAP, which is food stamps, Social Security. Now, the problem is that we all paid our money from our income into these programs. But of course, the government being irresponsible and spending our money, okay, takes it away. I mean, would we not be better off if you had your own money with your own financial advisor? Okay, now again, if it was meant by law, but this is the government's way of borrowing money, okay, and creating the overall Ponzi scheme they have done with benefits. Okay, there's too much funny business going on between all the government programs. We need a full audit. We need to really find out what's going on because there are too many people getting benefits that don't deserve them. Certainly, we know that for a fact in a lot of the in a lot of the disability programs. So at the end of the day, we need to do something. Americans need to do something. We need to step up, and of course, we need to get a better idea and a better shot within our government. That's the way I see it. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, September the 28th. We're going to step out here for a break. We'll be back with more in our market report right after the break. What's up, kids? Well, again, as you know, we have sponsors for the show, and they're brokerage partners, except for one. And of course, I have other brokers, just full disclosure, but these are the ones I think are best for you. And of course, one being TRADIER Brokerage, $10 a month, saves me $100,000 a year. A lot of our automation is done through there. And of course, now we're going to start automating our Saturday call, which is a great thing. It's been very successful and been around for 15 years. So we're going to start to automate that now. And again, it'd be great for you, our hedging program. So again, TRADIER is great, $10 a month flat. And for your futures and commodities needs, CTG, Capital Trading Group, they do a great job. They're great partners of us. We've been with them for about 15 years as well. They're very good to us, and we take care of them. They take care of our members, so it's a great job. CTG, Capital Trading Group, and of course, the Joy of Mom, which is our new adventure or adventure, in which we are involved in with helping moms across the globe. Great thing, check it out. And of course, our high school program, which again is trying to bring literacy to our children. In the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line with me, Todd Bubba Horwitz, and our market report. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, September the 28th. Okay. In the meantime, last week markets were down. I mean, they weren't dramatically down. I think one of the biggest things you have to take a look at is the overall volume. Okay, the volume and the participation is really lacking, which means that yet last week's sell-off was nothing more than natural selling in a market that had been up near all-time highs. Again, there's no signs, there's no warning that the markets are going to make some gigantic down move here, and I think there will be one, but I don't think, again, the market itself is not indicating any major problem yet. The lack of volume, the lack of participation, the lack of panic, that just tells you that the markets have been very orderly. So I would not get too excited and worry about things like that. In the meantime, we are still short the four major indices. The dollar is up near a top. We don't trade the dollar. If we did, we'd be getting shorted here. The euro currency is down. We're still short. Bonds and notes continue to go lower, which means interest rates continue to go higher, which means that the Fed rate cut didn't do shit for you. Okay. Bitcoin had a rough week, got it clocked pretty good. I think that you're probably looking at 105,000 as the next support level. We're flat. Gold made new highs again, and then pulled back a little bit, but closed near its highs. We're still flat. Silver is screaming higher, like it wants to get to 50. Looks like it wants to make an all-time new high. Okay. We're still flat. Platinum had a monster move on Friday, up $73. We don't trade it, but if we did, we'd be looking for a spot to get short here. Copper is trying to break out. We have no position. We're flat. The grain markets continue to struggle. We have no position there. The cattle, again, I said this last week, and they had a spike up after the cattle on feed, but it has come right back down. I think now is the time to sell cattle if you trade it. And I think selling hogs here is the right play as well. Natural gas had a nice little pop up. And again, it's now into the threes. Again, I'd be a buyer now of the new contract at $3 if it would fall back there. And crude oil had a nice up week, and we are long crude. So again, but markets are just too quiet. There's no real participation. I wouldn't get overly excited. I would learn how to take advantage of the option market and put yourself in a good position against things that you already own. And that's the way we see it here for our market report on Sunday, September 28th. We're going to step out of here for a break, and we'll be right back with more in our commentary after the break. Well, kids, just a quick reminder, our sponsors, TRADIER Brokerage, Capital Trading Group, The Joy of Mom, and our high school program. And let's get back to our market report, our commentary right here on Bubba's Bottom Line on Sunday, September 28th. Welcome back. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday. It is September 28th. And as we look and we talk, and we talked a little bit about AI, and I think the problems that it is creating. Again, I think that we're losing way too many jobs as we accelerate through this AI program. It creates too many thieveries, too many scams, too many problems. And again, listen, I'm not against it, but this goes into, we talk about all the things that we want to get done. And of course, the climate change and all of these things, the massive use, the massive amount of power that it takes for AI is 10 times more than Bitcoin. They bitched when Bitcoin was being mined and how much power it takes and what it did to the environment. So with AI? I think the scams that it creates, again, I'm not against it. I'm not against technology, but I think we have to be careful, and I think we have to protect those that don't know any better, because those who get abused the most are the people that can afford it the least. It's either the elderly, those looking for the lottery ticket on the scam that's being promised to them. And I think it's something that we have to be very, very careful of, which again is the same thing as the same people that fall for the banana in the tailpipe, if you remember Beverly Hills Cop. So again, I think it's something that we need to have a little bit more control over before, because we all know, again, every big thing we've seen, there's always the scam artist on the side. Just got to be careful. And of course, it is a football Sunday. If you're interested, I wouldn't be interested in my picks, but these are my picks for the week. I do have, excuse me, the Rams. I have Kansas City, and I have the Atlanta Falcons. In the meantime, have a great weekend, everybody. As always, I thank you. We'll see you next week, or we'll see you tomorrow, Bubba's Daily Update, and next week with Bubba's Bottom Line. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you later.